People of the world, hello. As I said, this is my Iron Man 3 review. Now, anyone who is a fan of the Iron Man films will no doubt love the film. However, if you are a fan of the Iron Man comics, and specifically the Extremis, or as they for some reason say it in the film, Extremis, it's going to be a bit of a conundrum for you, because I am personally a big fan of Extremis. I'm going to be calling it Extremis from now on. If someone walks through my door in a second, I'm going to murder them. Whatever. If like me, you are a fan of the Extremis storyline, this film will disappoint you in that sense, because it doesn't follow Extremis as closely as I'd have liked as they were using it. For those of you who haven't seen the actual Extremis comic, or you haven't watched the animated comic that you can get on Netflix, go watch it, because it is awesome. But essentially what happens is there is a sort of human upgrade called Extremis, which rewrites your brain chemistry, making your brain think your entire body is wrong, and it essentially deletes all of your organs and grows new ones that are better. It's given to a guy called Malik, I think, is it Malik or something? Oh, that's a bit annoying. I'm sure it's Malik or something like that. I'm just going to research, give it a quick look. Damn it, where are you? Malin. Yeah, I was close. Yeah, so this Malin guy is essentially given a dose of Extremis. Extremis, that's really bad that I said Extremis, I want to hurt myself. That he's given a dose of Extremis that has been smuggled out of the research facility in which it's being made. Obviously, I should have said, I'm going to put spoiler alert in the description now. But basically, yeah, Malin is given this serum. He starts throwing up blood horrifically, and everyone runs away from him. A couple of days later, they go back and find him there, and he's just sitting there. I'm evil. And basically, he then becomes an Extremis super soldier, essentially, and he gets the ability to breathe fire and run at about 300 miles an hour. He's almost invincible. His skin is insanely hard. He's got super strength. At one point, he does this weird thing with like his fingernails, and they basically sprout little electrical barbs, and he's got like a super powered electric current running out of his fingers. And he essentially just kicks the shit out of Iron Man. He's in his suit, and he breaks Iron Man's leg, breaks his arm, beats him to an absolute pulp while he's inside his armour, drops a car on him after Iron Man's suit's run out of energy, and then he just runs off. Rips the head off an emo kid, which I thought was pretty funny. And Iron Man is left just bleeding in a puddle, and he phones the woman that created Extremis. Extremis! Oh, I hate that film's got it in my head now. Yeah, he phones the woman that does it and says that he needs it. Otherwise, he's just going to die. So, while she isn't looking, he rewrites part of the serum, just to give him his own advantages and to take away some of the stuff that he doesn't want. For example, he doesn't want to have the whole breathing fire crazy shit. He just wants to be able to use an Iron Man suit that's lightweight enough that it doesn't slow him down, and to be able to control that suit just with his mind without having to do something to create the suit's movement. It's kind of hard to explain. He wants the suit to respond to him quicker than it already can, and he thinks the only way he can do that is through Extremis. And he's in there, he has the shot of Extremis that makes him go all super, and then when he comes out of it, it's a lot quicker than it should have been. The woman whose name I forget everyone's name in Iron Man because I'm really bad with names. I forget, it's Maya Hansen, that's the one. She's confused, says to him, why is this taking so quick? And then Tony admits to rewriting Extremis. Blah blah. He goes off. He actually stands there and he says start, and his skin starts to change into the underlayering that he wears for his Iron Man suit. And then he just waves his arms around, the suit sort of floats up on and sort of attaches to him really quite coolly, and it's a really awesome suit. And then he goes off and he basically beats Malin to crap. But he doesn't actually want to kill him. Like, you can see that when you watch the animation or read the comic. At the end, he's grabbing Malin's head, and he's screaming, "Don't make me do it! Don't make me do it!" Malin's doing his breathing fire crap, and boom, there goes Malin's head, and then the body starts to stand up, and he's like, "Shit!" and then it collapses. Then Tony realizes that it was Maya who released the Extremis to this guy because she needed to get like government backing for it, and the only way that it could work is by sneaking it out and proving it. It's a bit of a weird thing for someone to do, but hey, what are you gonna do? But basically, yeah, that's the story of Extremis, and I'll just show you that's the Extremis suit as it appears in the comic and animation. It's one of my favourite Iron Man suits because I just think it looks badass. But yeah, that's what happens in Extremis. This is more of it's just me telling you the story of Extremis for 10 minutes. But in the film, all Extremis seems to do is make people very hot and able to make themselves very hot and touch things and make them hot and melt. And yeah, that was kind of with the breathing fire thing that Malin did, but at the same time it was a bit disappointing to think that they didn't try super hard, because Killian, who was in the film, for some reason they made him director and creator of AIM. I don't know why, because Killian shoots himself in the face in the comic, and he was the creator of Extremis, which he does do. Besides the point, it just didn't have the rightness for Extremis for me as an Iron Man fan. But I am focusing on the negatives first. I will talk about some of the positives. Another negative that I thought was the fact that the Mark 44 armour, 44? 42? Yeah, Mark 42 armour, which was the whole injecting little nano things into your body so you can control the suit in certain ways. It actually sucked. Like, throughout the entire film, the suit sucks. When he first tries to put it all on, it all goes haywire, and he gets bounced around a room, and then it all falls to pieces off of him when he hits the ground hard. Then a bit later on, he's got it on, and then the suit, it's a prototype, it doesn't work. And then he can't shoot anything, so he's got to literally just pull missiles off him and throw them at things and fire his repulsors at them. And then it can't fly at one point, so he ends up stuck under this when his house gets blown up and it falls on him, and then essentially Jarvis has to take control of the suit and pull him out with his own hand, and then he flies off, and then the suit falls to pieces again and it won't charge, and then it has one like good moment where there's a plane that explodes and everyone falls out, and it catches every single person that falls out of the plane. Then it gets hit by a truck. So it all falls to pieces again and it's broken again. Then it turns out that Tony was controlling it remotely. That was quite a cool twist. But when the suit reappears later, it flies towards Tony and falls to bits again. But in the end, I suppose it is the hero, because Tony uses it to blow up Killian. But overall, I think the suit, it was a bit disappointing, considering it's the new suit for the new film. It didn't get as much exposure as you think it would for an Iron Man film. Like in Iron Man 2, the Mark 6 or whatever it is that he makes with the triangular chest piece, it's like a big deal. New arc reactor, new element, new suit. The suit's got all these cool new things on it, like the lasers from the wrist and stuff. And then, like in Iron Man, in Avengers, he gets another new suit that just blows the crap out of everything. And essentially, I think it was a bit of a disappointment that the new suit just, it looked cool, but it was essentially crap. If that makes any sense. Oh, and another negative, unfortunately, Iron Patriot. Iron Patriot was a suit worn by Norman Osborn. For some reason, they decided to make Iron Patriot a War Machine upgrade. Sorry, Marvel, but what did you think about? Well, I don't think it's Marvel that made the decision, but the writers of Iron Man 3, I don't know what you were thinking when you did that. It doesn't make any sense to do it. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And in the film, Iron Patriot comes across as a complete tool, because there's several scenes where he's supposed to be chasing Mandarin, and he just walks into like sweatshops and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna, oh, okay, it's wrong again. Bugger." And then he, has a little bit of a fight scene. And then someone steals his suit, and the suit does some killing, and then someone's in the suit, and they're gonna get burned alive, and then he isn't, and then he flies away. It's just, if you're going to introduce a character like Iron Patriot, and you're going to give him like a cool shoulder-mounted uber weapon and all this cool stuff that you see, at least give him some sort of hero time, especially in the final scene, when there's Iron Man suits everywhere, and you'd think at least once he flies this dude away, it's the president, he flies the president away. You think at least once he got him away, he'd fly back and start doing some, kick-assery. He doesn't, he just disappears and you never see him again. And I thought that was a bit disappointing as well. So yeah, disappointments. Extremis not followed well enough. Tony never got Extremis, which was really annoying. The suit was a bit lame. Iron Patriot, just in general, in that film was just suckish and annoying. I'm going to go with that. Oh, and Killian, for some reason, being head of aim and not the one that shoots himself in the face. They're the negatives. 5 negatives that I really had a bone to pick with. Positives, however, the film was incredibly funny. There were so many scenes in it that the entire cinema laughed out loud. And there were a couple of scenes where there were about me and 6 of the people in the room that went, "That's funny," and everyone else went, "What?" Like the early bird catches the worm, but the second bird eats best. Or I can't remember what it was, and then there's this big thing going on, and Tony goes, "I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out what happened to the first bird." And like me and about 10 other people just went, "Yeah, that's good," and everyone else was like, "What? I don't get it." So yeah, that was pretty cool. Vlogging cliches, drinking tea. Yeah, that was the fact that it was funny made it a lot better. Because Iron Man has always been a bit of he's always been a bit of a loudmouth, a bit of a joker. So for there to be little moments where it feels like it's actually Iron Man again, that was good. As ever, I think Robert Downey Jr. played the role spectacularly. He was just, especially in like the freak out moments where Tony was getting really, like, he was having anxiety attacks and just freaking the fuck out. He played those scenes really well. And he just embodies Tony Stark for me, I think. He plays the character just unbelievably well. So that was awesome. Just Robert Downey Jr. in the film was great. Other good things. The fact that it had Extremis at all was good in a way for me, because I really am a big fan of Extremis. like I said, it didn't really meet up to everything I thought with Extremis, but the fact that it was there in some way is cool. Yinsen, there was a little cameo from Yinsen that was pretty cool. I liked that, because there's the bit in Iron Man 1 when Yinsen talks about meeting Tony Stark at a convention in pre-turn of the century or pre-millennium, and he's there and they have a little talk, and it's nice to see it, because it's just like, tying up a little, oh, it did happen. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. One of the best things for me, though, was the fact that there were so many Iron Man suits in the entire film in one go. Like, you're used to seeing the red and gold Iron Man suit, the Mark III up to the Mark VII, were just sort of the sort of you can imagine those as Iron Man. I think the Mark V or IV actually was the silver and red one, the suitcase one from Iron Man 2, but we forget about that one. So that was quite cool, because then at one point you see Tony in about 6 different suits in a span of about 5 minutes, and that's amazing. Just like, oh, he's in the Heartbreaker, oh, he's in the stealth suit, oh, he's in the space suit, oh, he got into the Silver Centurion armour, which for me is, oh, it was so cool. When he was in the Silver Centurion, I genuinely went, way, Silver Centurion, that's amazing, because that is just an incredible suit. It was just a different look from Iron Man back in the comics, from the whole red and yellow that he used to have. So it was really, really great to see something like that just in the film, and just to see the Silver Centurion have an awesome moment where he cuts a guy's hand off. That was cool. Now, what else was good? I've not come up with many good points, which is unfortunate. It was a good watch. Like I said, I went to see it with my uncle, who's not a massive Iron Man fan, and he enjoyed the film. So it's a good film to just watch in that. But if you're a big fan of, am I going to be able to upload this? I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, if you're a big fan of Iron Man and you like things to stay true to how it is, it's not a film to watch if you're a die-hard fan, because there are so many things that you'll go, oh, but what's that? Why is that? But why isn't that happened in like this in the film? And in the film it did this, but in the comic, which is what it's based off, it did this, and why didn't they do that in the film? It will irritate you to pieces, because it did for me anyway. I wish they followed Extremis a little bit closer to the way it was, rather than deviating as much as they did. But, I digress. Essentially, Iron Man 3 is a great film for comic book fans and for non-comic book fans alike. If you just like superhero films, go and see it. Even if you're not a big fan of superhero films, go and see it, because it is just a great film. The cameos from people that were in the past for Iron Man, that's cool. Stan Lee, obviously, making a cameo as ever, that's brilliant, because I like Stan Lee. And there's a Bruce Banner cameo as well, at the end, after the credits. And it's just a funny little scene at the end. Oh, and Tony gets the shrapnel removed from his heart, so that's part of the ongoing stuff. So maybe he'll get Extremis in a later film, or in Avengers 2 or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was my review of Iron Man 3. Overall, good film. Just didn't quite live up to my expectations. So yeah, go and see it if you want. If you don't, then don't. So yeah, stay safe.